Hey nerd family, and welcome back to another video. So today we're discussing the Xbox Game Pass now that it's been out for 5 years. It did launch on June 1st of 2017. It has definitely made some big changes since it first launched. So today we're taking a look at it now 5 years later to see if it's something that's still worth your time and money. Before we get into it, I'm going to go ahead and roll the intro, and I'll see you back here in a second. Alright guys, welcome back. I hope everyone out there is staying safe and staying healthy. If you haven't already checked out the nerdcircle.com, make sure to head over there and check it out. You can also follow along on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Nerd Circle. Sometimes we post some things over there, but it's not quite time for video just yet, so if you don't want to miss out, make sure to head over there. Also, make sure to check the description down below. There's going to be a lot of extra new links down there, and more will be added over time. We did just set up a Buy Me a Coffee account, so you can head over to buymeacoffee.com/the Nerd Circle. There is no obligation, but if you feel like you want to help out the channel and help us continue to keep making videos here, then we do have some campaigns over there, so if you want to go ahead and check it out, make sure to head over there. We do want to thank all of our subscribers. If you are a new subscriber from the last video, you will see your name scrolling across the bottom. So again, I want to thank all of our new subscribers as you're helping us continue to grow. Our next milestone is 500 subscribers, and we're definitely on our way there. You will see your name scrolling across the side for all the subscribers, and again, we want to thank all the subscribers as you're helping us get to where we want to be, so thanks again. If you have yet to subscribe and you'd like to do so, make sure to go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any of the new content to come out. If you guys do like this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. It definitely helps us out as it lets YouTube know who likes the videos and who to recommend them to next. Alright guys, so as we get into it here today, there's definitely no shortage of options out there for any cloud streaming and video game options. So I know Xbox Game Pass isn't just for game streaming. It's kind of an all-in-one type platform, so you do have some streaming as well as some console stuff. So it is that all-in-one type platform, but there's a lot of options out there for you. So we're taking a look today to really see if it's still worth your money. And I definitely do think it is worth your money. And let's kind of cover some of those here. So as it has changed a lot over the last 5 years, they've added more and more things into it. So we now do have the Xbox Cloud Gaming. It is fully included. It was known as xCloud as they were kind of testing it, but it is fully included now currently in your Xbox Game Pass subscription. And they are adding more and more games that you can actually stream over the cloud. And in my experience, across multiple different devices, whether it be phones, tablets, or even just kind of doing it over on the web, it really does work pretty well. Now you do want to have a good internet connection, of course, and if you have an older device it may not work as well, but in my experience it's worked pretty well, and there is quite a few games that are able to be played in the cloud, and they're kind of adding more and more as time goes on, so I definitely think that is a great benefit. Of course, there are a lot of other benefits of being with Xbox, of course, if you have a console. I unfortunately currently do not have a next-gen console. I'm still working with Xbox 360 and I haven't turned that thing on in years, so it might even start smoking when I turn it on. But moral of my story, I did try to get a next-gen Xbox and unfortunately it just didn't work out for me, but more on that later. But even without that, I am able to play a lot of the Xbox games over on the PC with the Xbox Game Pass here, and like I said, I'm able to play some stuff in the cloud on other devices, so it's been working quite well for me. But they've also added a lot of other stuff here that we will get into shortly. But they did just a few months back try to raise the prices over on Xbox Gold, and there's more to that story, but the long story short of it is they tried to raise the prices and they got a lot of backlash, and they ended up saying that they're not going to raise the prices. So luckily we don't have any price changes currently. They are still the prices that were introduced to us here, and hopefully that stays those prices for at least the foreseeable future. But we did actually get something good out of that whole thing, because now the free-to-play games no longer require a gold subscription. So if you do have an Xbox and you have a free-to-play game, you don't have to subscribe to Gold. Now, of course, your Xbox Game Pass that we're talking about here today is going to include Xbox Live Gold, so it really doesn't matter. But if you just want to try a free-to-play game, you no longer need a Gold account. So that is something good that came out of that whole thing. Now, there's articles surfacing. If you want to try to read more about that, of course, you can Google the Microsoft Xbox price hike there, but that's really just kind of the short end of it there. But also around the same time, a few months back, they did actually purchase Activision Blizzard and came with King, which is a mobile game company that is known for Candy Crush and a lot of other mobile games. So that is going to help. King's going to help them with the mobile game platform, which I think is something that they're going to be kind of taking on, going up right now with Netflix, and of course kind of going against the Google Play Pass and the Apple Arcade. So I think that's going to kind of help them in that realm, as well as a few other things too. But I think it's just really big having the Activision and Blizzard now under their roof. That's going to really open up a lot more games that Microsoft can do things with through the Game Pass, whether it be Game Pass for PC or for the console, or being able to use those games in the cloud. Just to name a few titles, you got Overwatch, Diablo, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, StarCraft. So there's just a lot of other games under the Activision Blizzard umbrella that I think is just going to be really great here for Xbox to have. And then, of course, we also had the middle of last year, they did bring Bethesda in as well. And Bethesda not only has their great library of games, but they also had a lot of like Bethesda subsidiary game companies, so they also acquired those. So that's really just opening up the library of more and more games that are going to be on Xbox Game Pass, cloud gaming, everything that they're able to do. It's just going to open up the doors to where they're going to have a lot more great content when they have these great game companies now under their umbrella here. And there are talks of them, trying to acquire some other game companies, but nothing concrete just yet. But let me know in the comments down below, what game company would you like to see them buy next? Now, of course, they do have the partnership with EA as well. So when you get the Game Pass, depending on what version you buy, you can get the EA Play included. So let's go ahead and actually take a look at the Game Pass subscription options you have. Let's go ahead and pull that up now. Alright, so here we are over in the subscription options, and you can start over with console here. So if you don't have the need to play the games over on the PC, but you just want to have the option for the console, then of course you can do $9.99 a month. You get to play over 100 high quality console games, new games added all the time, Xbox Game Studio titles same day as release, and member discounts and deals. So not a bad deal. For $10 a month you get that. Now, of course, if you want to do it over on the PC and don't care for the console, this is what I was doing previous to Ultimate, because I don't have the console, so I didn't really need it. You can do your first month for $1, or after that, it's the same $9.99 a month. Same thing. Play high quality games over on the PC, new games added all the time, Xbox Game Studio titles same day as release, member discounts and deals. The difference is that you also get the EA Play included, so you can play a library of top EA games on PC, exclusive rewards, and member-only content. So that's a great option to have that included. Before we get over to Ultimate, let's go ahead and just take a quick sidebar with EA Play here. Alright, so you can of course get an EA Play account without getting the Xbox Game Pass here, and it's going to be $4.99 a month, or you can pay annually for $29.99 a year. And you're going to get early access to select titles, 10 hours of play, unlimited access to the playlist, save 10% off of EA digital content. So that's basically what the Game Pass is giving you, included with the PC version or the Ultimate version. Or you can do the EA Play Pro, which is going to be $15 a month or $99.99 a year. Again, you get early access to deluxe versions of games, unlimited access to the Pro playlist, get Pro level rewards, and save 10% on the EA digital content. I do wish that the Game Pass, whether it was Ultimate or whether there was an add-on, that they had some way for you to get the Play Pro, because I like having the EA Play, but I personally would prefer to have the benefits of the Pro. But unfortunately, they just include the EA Play with no way to upgrade, and you don't really have a way where you can come over to EA and say, hey, I already have Play, can you just charge me a difference to get to EA Play Pro? There is no way to do it, and it's kind of annoying that I would have to, or you would have to, get EA Play Pro separately and lose the benefit of having the play already included in your Game Pass, and it's just kind of silly. So I personally think that either the Ultimate should just include the Pro and the PC version should just include the Play, or if the money just doesn't really add up there, then there should just be a way where, since it's already included for the Play, you can pay the difference to then upgrade to the Pro. I think it should be a way to do it, but unfortunately as of right now there's not. But it is still cool to have the EA Play included in your Xbox Game Pass subscription. Let's just kind of take a look and see what the EA Play actually gets us. Alright, so the EA Play with Game Pass, this is going to show you what actually you can get on there. So here are the EA Play games for console. So you would have to have the Ultimate Edition of the Game Pass to be able to get these console games here. We're not going to go through every single one of them, but you can see there is quite a few pages of games. We can kind of just click through here, and you can see that you're going to be able to get most of your sports games, most of your racing games. Of course, you got your Star Wars Jedi, your Plants vs. Zombies. So definitely a lot of great games come with the EA Play with the Xbox Game Pass here. I used to love me some Peggle. That was definitely a good game. But you can even get some older games like Xbox 360 games. You got Skate 3. And now we're hitting more of those Xbox 360 games. So you can see that there's quite a few games that you can get with that. Now, if you have the PC version, then you can see we got some different. Some of the games are going to be the same, but you do have some different options here on the PC version. So we will kind of take a quick scroll through here. And there you can see the options. So there's more of those PC style games, Spore and the original Peggle and Sim City, things like that, that they didn't have on the console version that they have over here on the PC version. So having the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is just a better value because you're getting both the games on PC and the games on console as well. And now as we come back over here, we can actually take a look at Ultimate. So again, Ultimate, just like PC, will give you your first month for $1, and they do sometimes run some other promotions. And then it's only $14.99 a month thereafter, so it's not a horrible price point for everything that you get. So you have play over 100 high quality games on console, PC, and mobile devices, new games added all the time, Xbox Game Studio titles same day as release, exclusive member discounts and deals, play games from the cloud, free perks including in-game content and partner offers. You also get Gold, which is a $9.99 a month value. Xbox Live Gold includes deals with Gold, games with Gold, and console multiplayer. I do lose out on some of those things since I don't have the console, so if you do have a next-gen console, then of course you're going to get all that value as well. And then of course it does include the EA Play, just like the PC version does. And this is where I think, like I said, I wish it was the EA Play Pro, or if there was, pay an extra $5 a month or whatever the difference is to upgrade to EA Play Pro. At least having the option there would be great to have that option. So that's going to be your subscription options that you have for Xbox Game Pass, and I definitely think it's worth the money if you're someone who wants to be able to play the games on PC, potentially has the console, wants to be able to play in the cloud. There's a lot of great options and a lot of great titles. Now, just like anything else, they do of course remove titles, so they may put titles up there for a certain time frame, and unfortunately they don't stay forever. But that's just kind of the nature of the beast when it comes to streaming, whether it's video games, movies, or anything. They don't keep things there forever, but that's okay. There are ways that you can, kind of download certain games, and then you will have them in essence forever. So, nothing to worry about there. But if you're streaming a game, unfortunately, if it's gonna go away, it's gonna go away. But that's just, again, the nature of the beast. Now, one last thing I want to kind of take a look at here. I did tell you guys earlier that I was going to get a next-gen console and it just didn't work out for me. So I just want to give you that little story here. Now, if you guys are unfamiliar with Xbox All Access, Xbox All Access is a great option. It just unfortunately did not work out for me. So let's take a look at the Xbox All Access here. So this is going to kind of just be a quick overview. Of course, if you want to get more information on Xbox All Access, then you can Google it or just head over to Xbox's website and look up the All Access here. But basically the way it works is, as we scroll down, you will see there's a couple different options. So we have the option over here is $34.99 a month, and it's going to include an Xbox Series X console and 24 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. So again, that Ultimate is going to give you the Xbox Gold for your system. It's going to give you the Game Pass for PC, for your console, pretty much everything you need, and that's for 24 months. And you do get your Xbox Series X console included in that $35 a month. So if you guys remember how much Ultimate cost was $15, so if you really think about it, you're paying $15 a month for 24 months to get your system. So if you do the math on that, that would break down to that you're paying $480 for your Xbox Series X. Now, normally when you get it at a retailer that's not charging above the suggested retail price, then it's going to be $499, and you're looking at about $500. So realistically, doing it this way, you're saving about $20, and you're being able to pay it out monthly. Whether that's something you like to do or not, I don't know, but there is no interest or anything like that. So it's a great option to be able to get into a next-gen console, not have to pay for it all up front, and have your Xbox Gold and your Game Pass and everything all included at what I think is a pretty reasonable price, $35 a month. Now, if $35 a month is just a little too steep for you, or maybe you weren't looking to get the Xbox Series X, they do have what they call the Simply Next Gen. Same concept, but you're going to get an Xbox Series S console instead of the X. You're still going to get the 24 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. So that's going to only run you $24.99 a month, which would put the full cost of your Xbox Series S at $240. So definitely, I think, a good option. The only problem is that with the Xboxes being so low in stock, there haven't really been so many options to get into this Xbox All Access program here. And what happened to me, long story short, is that on launch day of the Xbox Series X, I went ahead and I jumped on this program. I got approved because they have to run your credit and everything. I got approved for it, and then 5 minutes later or whatever it was, they ran out of stock, and unfortunately, before I had a chance to have my order fully go through, it was out of stock. Now, I did it directly through Microsoft. You can do it through different retailers. As you see up here, it says find a retailer, but I did it directly through Microsoft, and I battled with them for probably a good 6 months, where they kept saying that I'm not the only one that it happened to, and that they're working on getting more stock, and that as soon as they get more stock, the people that it happened to are next up on the list, and it's going to email us, and we're going to click on a link, and it's going to go ahead and order our system. And that never happened, and I called in several times and worked with their support, and I did all this for 6 months, and at the end of the day, I never got the system, and they never figured out what was going on, and just kind of swept it under the rug, and who knows how many other people it happened to, and if anyone got the systems from it. But long story short, I do think it's a great program. It's unfortunate it didn't work out for me, and I do think they're starting to come back in stock now. I know that the S's are at least being more readily available. Hopefully the X's will too. So basically, you can go and you can get approved for the 0% APR, 24-month term, but they also give you an option to upgrade the system. So if they are going to come out with a new system, within the next 24 months, you do have an option to upgrade. So they do kind of talk more about it in here, of course, if you want to kind of read through, and there's a frequently asked questions section here. But as you see here, you can do it directly through Microsoft, but right now they're not taking anybody. You can do Best Buy, Walmart, Target, or GameStop. I personally would probably stick away from GameStop. Just my personal opinion there, because there's a lot of issues going on with them, and sometimes when you do these things, they don't honor it if they decide to close up shop or something happens. I think Best Buy, Walmart, and Target are a little bit more reputable and are going to be around a bit longer. So I'd probably stick with one of those just in my personal experience. But as of right now, when you go to them, a lot of them are either sold out or low in stock, and it's kind of hard to do. But hopefully as time goes on, you will be able to get into it a bit more. But I do wish that Sony and Nintendo would kind of jump on this bandwagon. I know that, you know, consoles aren't a huge expense, but $500, roughly speaking, you know, depending on what system you're talking about, $300, $500. Some people maybe wouldn't be able to afford that in a one type go. So I think having the ability to finance it for 0%, not having to worry about having a credit card or anything like that to put it on to be able to finance it, I think it's a great option. And the fact that Xbox does it where they include the Game Pass and the Xbox Live Gold and just everything that you need for 24 months, I think that's even better. So even if Sony or Nintendo offered something where you can pay for the system monthly, or even if a retailer offered it, it's not going to include, you know, PlayStation Plus or you know, Nintendo Online or anything like that, unless Sony or Nintendo offered it themselves, which I think they'd be wise to do. I think this does set Xbox apart a little bit. I think it kind of makes them maybe a little bit more competitive to Sony and to Nintendo. But I know Sony's making some big moves, and Nintendo, I don't know if they're necessarily making big moves, but they're doing a lot of great things as well. So I think that time is going to kind of you know, make things better for everyone here. But I think that this is kind of setting Xbox apart a little bit. But alright guys, I definitely think that Xbox Game Pass, if you're an avid video gamer and you got a little bit of monthly money to burn, I definitely think that it's a great option. And you have a couple different flavors, if you will, to choose from depending on you know, what you want and what you need. And they offer a lot of great stuff for the money. And hopefully for right now, we do keep the price where it's at. Hopefully it doesn't increase too much. I know that in the future, it probably will have to go up at some point. But I think that for the foreseeable future, if we can keep it where it's at and they keep buying you know, more of these game studios, I think it's just going to get better and better for us. And I think that over time, we're going to have more cloud games, more devices that can play those cloud games. Hopefully more and more as we kind of sit down at our TVs and we can just link up a, you know, Xbox controller and just play wherever we want. And I think it'll hopefully get as good, if not better, than Stadia. Hopefully everything will just kind of fall into place and maybe Xbox will be the reigning champion, but we will definitely see as time goes on. I definitely hope you guys got something out of this video. If you were on the fence with Xbox Game Pass, weren't really sure if it's something you wanted to try out, hopefully I was able to give you some insight and kind of let you know how it is as of right now, and hopefully we can see where it's going. As things, you know, kind of heat up and more things come out, of course, I'm going to be posting things over on social media. So make sure to follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Nerd Circle. And if you haven't checked out the new gaming channel on Facebook, you can go ahead and follow at Nerd Circle Gaming. And let me know your thoughts down below, how I can improve on that for you. If there's anything that I forgot to mention, I'll make sure to leave it in the description down below. You can also find a lot of other links there as well, so make sure to check it out. If there's anything you noticed that I forgot, please make sure to leave it in the comments down below so I can hopefully make it into a future video. If you guys would, please share this video across any social media platform that you like. And let me know down below, is Xbox Game Pass the right subscription service for you? And what game are you currently playing right now? Alright guys, and go ahead and shout out down below, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, Stadia, Luna, where are you guys at? If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. It definitely helps us out here at the channel, as it lets YouTube know who likes the videos and who to recommend them to next. If you have not yet subscribed and you'd like to do so, please go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell so you get notified of any new videos to come out. You can also follow the links on the screen to the older videos. And until next time, guys, stay nerdy.